This is a quick tutorial to remind you of how to insert a graph into your report. So what you're going to do is you're going to open your report. Your report, of course, will have your name on it. And you're going to type up your report when it loads by placing your name in the byline, the question that you investigated in the space provided, and your hypothesis in the space provided. Then you're going to copy your data table over. Don't forget to include specifics and your units. Please put your units at the top here. So all of you collected the same data for this particular lab. Amount of CO2. And that was in parts per million. So you want to put your parts per million at the top. Don't put it in your actual table. So once you have all of your data in there, then you're going to insert a graph. And you're going to do that down here. So you just put your cursor where you want the graph to go, and you click on the Insert menu, and you are going to want, they call it a chart, and you want a column chart because you're only going to graph your averages. So you click on the column chart, and it's going to insert a chart, but it's not your data. So you're going to need to change that. Select the chart, select Open Source in the upper right corner, and it takes a little bit for this to load. Again, you're only going to graph your averages. You should have a total of 4 bars for this lab. So it does take a little while for it to load. Think of a spreadsheet like a calculator, and it's running all of the calculations at once. So you're going to need to delete some of this information and replace it with yours. So I'm going to scroll to the top, and I'm going to give you an example. So some of you did type of exercise, and then you recorded, you want your average amount of CO2. And then you don't need this third column. So click on the little down arrow, and then you want to delete that column, and you'll see that now your chart only has one set of data on it. You want to replace these words with your own. So you replace all of them, and then replace it with your average data. I'm just going to put some data in here. Yours might be different. So you have to hit enter for that to work. Now you need to change the labels on your graph. So you click on the graph, you click on the menu button, and you click Edit Chart. And then once the editor shows up, you want to go over here to Customize, Chart Axis and Title. So here it's selected Chart Title. So you change your chart title to, oops, I'm going to call it the title of the lab. And then you want to change the horizontal axis so that it says what your independent variable was. And then you want to change your vertical axis so that it says what your dependent variable was. Don't forget your units, ppm for amount of carbon dioxide in this case. All right, and so once that is on there, now your chart is updated over here. I would recommend, because you only have one set of data, my recommendation is that you actually get rid of that legend. So you open the legend, and then where it says position, you say none. And that makes your graph a little bit bigger. Once you have all that done, you can close the editor. If you need to open it again, you just need to click on the graph and then click on this little menu button. Now, if you go back to your original graph, you'll see an update button has appeared. If you click on that, all of the changes you made on the other page will be now on this page. I'm going to go ahead and post this video for you. If you have any questions, be sure to ask, or you can watch the video again.